This fucking.
That's why I got one of these. That's why I fucking got one of these, man.
Would you stay up, please? This is. Welcome
I
to
couldn't deal with that. I literally.
Guys. This is
couldn't deal with that shit no more.
This is the mic drop episode.
Oh, mine's cheaper and it holds up fine.
This is where it wants to live. It ain't going anywhere else. If I
clearly, yeah.
No, it's just gonna stay. That's where it goes. I gotta tighten some screws. Hey, welcome to episode 83, guys. Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
It's going great.
You got a PAX East shirt. Is that from this year?
No, it's from 2020.
Okay,
JP was there.
Yo,
that was a year.
2020.
That was a year for sure. Fuser.
That's a cool one.
Fuser came out.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had the Fuser, the thing that became
Jam Stage. Sorry,
Jam Stage.
Oh, you're talking about where Sabrina Carpenter is doing her concert.
Oh, Dance with Sabrina.
Oh, I haven't played that yet. Have you?
Hey, for what it's worth, my daughter loves it. It's awesome. She loves it.
That's cool.
She just kind of sat there with her hands folded and she was singing along to the songs. That's what she was doing.
That Jam Stage is perfect. That's daycare. Just set your kids in front of it and they can just play music.
She was like, I want the balloon, because they give you balloons while you're dancing with Sabrina. And I'm like, oh, you know what? This is great. Oh, excellent.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah. But that's about the coolest thing that has come out of festival. And
I'm starting the festival corner immediately. Should I get the fucking
just do it? We're already talking about it. We're literally already talking about it.
We're ripping the Band-Aid off.
I guess so.
All right, cool.
And we'll get into the cooler
skip
stuff.
Ahead.
Yeah, skip ahead to the timestamp
maybe
you see on the screen right now. I'm starting the timer. We have 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
All right, folks.
Do we need 10 minutes?
Probably not.
I was given a screenshot of vocal charts in the files.
Oh.
And we have the first intentionally charted dirty word since Juice. Okay.
Ooh.
What word?
On Someday by The Strokes. On verse 2, he says,
they don't say the
Maya says I'm lacking in depth. Shit, I'll try my best.
Okay.
And that's it. They actually charted the word shit.
Shit in Fortnite, huh?
Shit.
There you go. Yeah. No N-words yet.
But
I don't think...
there was discourse about that.
Yeah, in Juice.
About the N-word.
Oh, in Rock Band.
No, about, in Festival. Back when Bedcam launched, I think that was probably a week or two ago 2 weeks ago, I think. I had that one tweet that was like, come on me in Fortnite, or whatever. And then somebody, quote, retweeted my tweet. Didn't get any traction. But it was like, the fact that this is where they draw the line, but we still can't say the N-word is crazy.
No. Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Because a lot of rap songs, they say that word, and it's all censored. They think that's silly. But you can come on people in the game, but you just can't say a word. It's just a word, after all.
Everything's just words.
Everything's just words. Are you going to
I mean, hey, listen. She did mean camaraderie.
She did.
That's what she meant.
She corrected herself. It was a typo.
Yeah. Yeah, what the hell?
She was reading the lyrics,
what the hell?
you know?
Yeah. What did you
So, I mean, like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Vocals.
Cool. Vocals. But God knows when we'll ever see that mode
This
ever come
can't
out.
be copium. It's guaranteed happening, because why the fuck are they going backwards on the charts that's already done and putting vocals into it? I mean, you could almost like justify them just scrapping pro drums, but they're just doing it for legacy.
Animations, bro.
No, it's for the animations, bro. You know, they could like, it's animations, bro. But like, I mean, that's not what they're doing. It's not what they're doing. However, if somebody was a room temp IQ and they thought that, well, how would you justify the pro vocals going backwards and being added? What's the point of that? Other than making Rock Band 5.
Animation.
It's animations.
It's animations, bro.
I wonder how they do
animations.
lip sync, by the way. How do they do the lip sync?
Don't they automate a lot of that now?
But like,
it's probably still
like
DriveVox still in one
they have
separate
like
file. That's probably what it is, bro.
Some sort of like engine, I think, right? Harmonics to like.
Yeah. So they have this system which is probably patented, but I don't know. But they take audio and then they're able to translate that to lip sync.
So they don't have to actually
keyframes.
chart it.
They don't actually have to do it themselves.
I think a human checks it.
Yeah. Because they're back when I was learning Rock Band Network. stuff, yeah, this is gonna go off the fucking festival timer. But when I was learning about it,
pausing the timer at 6 minutes and 48 seconds.
It was doing both dry. It took both dry vox and how vocals was charted into account when it came to animations. I learned about this because you know how in a vocals chart, like if you're holding a note and then it like jumps up into a different pitch, right? Mm-hmm. So on the song "Fat Kid." But we all know how bad that chart is.
Back to Fat Kid, dude.
But it all goes back to Fat Kid. But this is just where I learned about it. I didn't know that this was intentional, or somebody told me that this is a neat trick that they did for Rock Band Network 1. It was like 6 vocal notes, but it was all connected together as the pitch changing.
So it wasn't
event.
one like unbroken line. It was like
you know where he goes, not bad.
Yeah,
like it was charted, not bad. That's how it was charted. But the lyric events were all those pitch connector changes. But it was supposed to help the animation of the singer's jaw to stay open during that phrase.
Wait, you're telling me that the worst authoring group actually innovated something?
Not innovated. That's where I learned about it. I didn't know that it was a thing, or if somebody was just straight up fucking lying to me. But it
what if it was an
not
accident?
Documented. Maybe it was an accident. It could have been an accident.
I just don't want to give them. I don't want to give them credit for anything.
No, but that's how it worked in Rock Band Network 1. I'm saying this is different now for Fortnite Festival, where it's a completely different lip sync file. Yeah, put it back on. Put it back up. Yeah. Put it back up. I don't know if they still do that with Fortnite Festival lip sync. Because now it seems that there's two different files. Like obviously, Pro Vocals goes into one chart, and then the other chart, the other file is just so that the ice cream guy can sing about how he's depressed and he wants to kill himself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and not every song is lip synced either. Some are clearly, and others there's GH1 style.
Yeah.
What songs do that?
I don't remember. I think might have been like fucking Fat Lip or something like that. I don't know.
No,
it all goes back to
shot.
fat. It all goes back to fat.
Back to fat. They don't like they're fat phobic. They are. I'm just kidding. No, I don't remember what it was. It might have been Fat Lip. It was probably around that time where I was playing a song. I was like, that's just not how the mouth should be moving. You know, I whatever it was, I just noticed it was off.
I wonder if it was desynced. I've never seen that.
It may have been
it might have been
desynced. I don't know,
because I feel like that's like the lip sync is like a separate file entirely.
Maybe I only see it working or not working.
Maybe it was the character that was singing, because some characters don't properly lip sync. I mean, like the fucking bubblegum head is just like because it's just like a squiggly mouth.
There's like two mouth animations for that thing.
Maybe it was just the character.
I've seen a clip before of somebody that was playing a song in festival where it was supposed to be like one of those songs that didn't have vocals, and they were supposed to be playing like the key guitar or something, but they had the mic out and it was still trying to like sing the pitches. I've seen that. That's goofy. That's only happened a few times.
I need to keep that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, what are they gonna do?
That's great.
What's an 8-bit beat gonna look like on Pro Vocals?
It's just like
yeah. I actually saw a stupid about this. It was he pulled out a really deep lore type of thing. It was Decimate on vocals. The GH Tunes song.
Oh
yeah.
Metallica.
Oh,
Sneak Coot. Mike put out a video of him just playing it, and he got an average.
Yeah, that's probably one of the highest vocals FC's ever, right?
If somebody ever FC's Decimate on vocals, let us know. If somebody wants to go for it, it's one entire phrase, and that engine is not nice.
No,
that engine is not nice. That engine is actually genuinely horrible. And last week I was doing vocals, and so people were like, "Oh, what's the Guitar Hero engine like?" And I was like, "Bitch, you're not ready."
Festival Corner is over. What else do you want to talk about?
Hold on, I got one more thing.
Never mind.
Oh yeah.
It's
sorry.
The timer is paused at 4 minutes and 24 seconds.
4 minutes. Yeah.
One more thing for festival.
It is unpaused.
I love the system.
If they do add Pro Vocals, if they do, is there any chance they allow you to play that with another instrument
Fuck no.
at the same time?
Fuck no. No,
single player.
As in, you cannot do You will not be able to do Voxtar out the box day one without another account. You need 2 accounts. There's no fucking way. If they do, I'm cutting my arms off, because then that's all I'm gonna do. I'll play the guitar with my feet, and I'll sing at the same time on the same account. I fucking doubt it. Write it down. I'm cutting my arms off. There's no fucking way that they're gonna do Voxtar.
If you haven't thought about it,
I respect the work and the effort that you put into this game, but that's not happening. I doubt it.
He's calling your bluff. Epic,
Sure.
You want to do something special? Hey, if you're listening to this...
As soon as I started talking shit, my phone was like, it started giving me Fortnite notifications.
If Vox started Fortnite, Alec cuts his arms off.
So the prerequisites of that, you need to have one account, no other accounts to logged in.
Folks start Fortnite
one account only.
With one account.
Bonus points. Hey, I'll be generous. Bonus points if it's what is it? You don't need a second controller. If you don't need a second controller, bonus points. But I won't be mad if you need a second controller. But I almost without a doubt believe that you will need 2 accounts for that shit for Voxstar. No way.
It would be lovely.
Right,
it would be really nice.
It'd be lovely for him to cut his arms off.
Yes.
Yes?
That means no more competition, baby.
Oh, that's true, actually.
You
should cut your arms off now.
Cut your arms off now.
Oh, you know that shit just grows back.
If you loved yourself,
does it?
Yeah, it grows back. My arms grow back.
I didn't know.
My arms grow back.
You know this for sure. Prove it.
Yeah.
You bionic or something, bro? You bionic?
You believe me or you don't.
I don't.
Right? He's got different attachments. He can twist them off. We
got 2 minutes and 10 seconds left if you want to talk about Festival anymore.
The cardboard cutouts are still funny.
Yeah, they are funny. Those probably won't go away until fucking seasons. Whatever.
Season 18.
No.
Oh yeah, this is the worst season.
I'm talking about regular Fortnite season. That's coming out on the 7th. Star Wars will be gone on the 7th, whatever they call it. Season 6.
Before next episode.
Or Chapter 6, Season 4?
Oh, yeah, I'll let this get out of the way, dude. There's so many people coping that it's going to be Daft Punk as the next icon.
I've been seeing that.
You know what that started as? That started as someone saying, is Daft Punk a possibility? And then leakers just saw that and were like, oh, yeah, let's just start a rumor. Who cares? As soon as Sabrina season started, they're just like, oh, yeah, Daft Punk might be there. Might be the next season.
Can I say,
all right, man.
It's super refreshing not having the entire year of the roadmap leak so we can still speculate.
Yeah.
And we're like, it is nice. Coming out in 8 months, bro. Admit. Big deal. It's like what's coming in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
We don't know. 1 minute, 10 seconds.
We're almost done. It's almost over. They have no new features. There's nothing new to talk about. New season in 2 weeks. Yada yada. We'll see if there's anything good. But that's it. Bye.
Please, thank you.
Yep, okay, bye. Festival Corner gone. See you later. We have 57 seconds remaining, kind of. We have something way cooler to talk about.
Turn it off. We got to talk about Trogdor.
Yeah. Your boys, Marbler and Sleeper Wave, got Trogdor Co-op FC.
Trogdor Co-op.
After many golden nights.
It is dead.
Now, this is, without a doubt, the hardest co-op FC in the entire series. It's the last one.
Yes.
It's perhaps the best 2-player Guitar Hero accomplishment ever. I can't think of anything perhaps even better or more difficult than any full band FC, perhaps. It's really hard to compare them. It's very apples to oranges, but this is an insane achievement. It cannot be overstated how difficult and precise this is. If you guys aren't familiar with Trogdor, let's just take a look. This is the solo I'm showing here. It's on lead is on the left, rhythm is on the right. Okay, so right here, these strums are way faster than the strum limit. Strum limit is approximately 15-ish milliseconds. It rounds with the frames and all that stuff. And then they're playing on PAL, so the frame rate is 50, not 60 hertz. Therefore, the frames round differently. There's a software imposed. I think it's 54 milliseconds. You have to have 54, maybe 52, something around 50 milliseconds in between your two strums. But it's more than 50 milliseconds. If it was 50 milliseconds, your strum limit's 20. That rounds nicely everywhere. But if it's 54 or like 52 or whatever, the frames round weird. So you get an effective strum limit of 15 or like 17-ish on PAL. This is like a little bit above, or maybe a little bit below the PAL one. I don't know, but you have to be incredibly precise. And it's like goes on for a couple seconds of this fast strumming. And the way that Marbler on the right here on the rhythm was able to do this, he uses a bunch of hopos in there. I don't remember which ones, but it's absolutely fucking nuts.
He uses a hopo in like one of the longer orange strings. I think,
right? No. At the very end, it goes blue, 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 orange, orange. That orange. He uses the first orange hopo there.
Using a hopo in such a fast section like that's like constantly going, like you got to have like real coordination.
Oh, also, weren't they? Yeah, you already mentioned that they were playing on 1 millisecond calibration.
I did not mention that. No,
Yeah.
that probably changes how the frames round and all that shit. People go deep in the weeds with calibration stuff.
On co-op, from what I understand, and this is about as layman terms as I could put it, it's like you put it to 1 millisecond, there's a specific frame that can get skipped so that lead is more consistently FC'd.
The level
compared
of tech
to playing at zero MS.
Fucked up.
And JPrez and I would have been just throwing shit at the wall because there was a specific frame where JPrez kept on missing. And so Marbler figured out that frame could be skipped essentially by being
he's a Mario
1
64
millisecond.
tasser.
Oh,
I'm not surprised he figured it out.
He's half a button press god. You know, he's a fucking frame manipulating god gamer. So
and
like
he's been a god gamer. Mind you, Marbler, first ever Guitar Hero Full Series FC. That wasn't Oddballs Frank.
Yeah.
First ever I'm the one FC.
First ever I don't want to stop FC.
Yeah, on tour. Which can
on tour.
Wow. Get us in another
Which he busted out the DS again. We'll get into that in just a moment. Or I mean, I guess we can move on to it anyway.
Yeah, what else did I say about Trogdor? We all know Trogdor.
The community.
Yeah, Trogdor, they figured out a value which was having 1 millisecond lag, and so it was harder for Marbler, but Marbler was fine. Sleeper Wave got extremely consistent
Adapt
at
or
lead.
lose, baby.
And I think the stats at the very end of the day was that I think Marbler, both of them had like double-digit FCs at the end of the grind, I believe.
Thank God Trogdor ends so quickly after that, too. Because imagine if it went on for like 3 more minutes, bro. Like, just imagine that. Like,
no.
Solo at the end?
Well, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. So
it doesn't.
Shut up about
it. It doesn't.
Hey, Trogdor 2. When are they going to make a sequel?
Trogdor 2. Metal Heavy Lady by Lions. I got my eye on you. I thought I always think it's funny that like, you know, you guys thought that it was also Limousine. I was like, is this Limousine? This song is fucking boring.
No, bro,
there's nothing going on. No, that's Lions, bro.
Oh, it's Lions.
The bonus cell is
Nast.
That one's Marve's Garçon, I think, right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Man, you just gave me such an interesting idea by the way you said that before, though. Like, I'm just like, oh, man, imagine there was something after, right? Imagine, okay, there's never been anything like this in a game. Imagine you had a game, and I have no idea how this would work. But, like, you have a good score, or like you meet a score requirement going into, like, the halfway point in the song, and it has branching performances where, like, one has, like, a harder solo.
Yeah, we talked about this when the Herman Lee tweet for Fortnite Festival to take flames, and he was talking about that. He's like, oh yeah, if you're FCing, then you get a harder solo, or if you're doing whatever, then you get the normal solo, or if you're doing bad, then you get an easier solo. You know, like that's such a cool idea that we've spoken about on the show.
But like, wouldn't it be
sick?
Cool.
That'd be sick if that was a thing. And think about it, like you're choosing a cave to go through in this dungeon. You know, which one are you gonna do? You know, like that's such a cool idea for a rhythm game. Or I'm thinking of just like taking the idea of permadeath as a gauntlet, right?
Dude, we
and
need
then
to like
having that as like a set of songs. Oh, in progression, we're missing progression from this Fortnite Festival game. Anyway, we're missing all that stuff.
We need Steve Omelette back, dude. He could do that.
We do.
I don't remember us talking about that in the past, but at the same time, I like that good ideas come back around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That is cool.
Yeah.
So we haven't mentioned this yet. Guitar Hero is dead. There's nothing left to do.
Yeah.
Because this is the last thing. Trogdor was the last thing that we had to do in the entire series. No other games exist if there's more or less than 5 frets.
Interesting wording.
Just kidding. There is one more song that needs to be done.
Rise of the 6 string.
No, well, for the 5 fret genre in a way, that would include like Power Gig. I mean, Retribution still needs to be FC'd. That hasn't been done yet.
There's also Guitar Hero DS. That's why I brought it up.
Yes, Guitar Hero DS. There is one more song that has not been FC'd yet, just on regular guitar, single player, and that's Shockwave. It has been FC, but it was using a modifier in the game where you don't have to strum, which is half
Encore mode.
So
that is what it's called? Encore mode?
I don't remember. It might have been like
Encore Black Tribal mode.
Black Tri, yeah, the Black Tri. No, so there is still one thing to do, but there is motion on that. I believe Sleeperwave and Marbler are also working on this. Same with Miscellany. He says that he's been wanting to do this for a long time.
Dude, you know what? Now that the DS hype is back, I have my trusty pick. This is where you use the pick.
Yes,
I tech FC'd. I don't want to stop.
Hold that L.
And I hold it like a gun to kill you and shoot
Whoa.
you, Jake.
You're gonna take your arms off.
Don't fucking try, pal. I have a real gun.
Yeah, no.
You don't want to see it either.
Yeah.
It's in my garage.
It's so nice.
I don't have a garage.
It's so nice.
It does look like you're shooting your DS.
I can go get a gun right now.
Pew, pew, pew.
Nobody move.
Talk with the DS. I'm going to get my gun.
Stop her. The Shockwave gets it.
Yeah, I mean,
FC.
with the hype back, I fucking load it up. See what I can do. But realistically, I want to go for on tour full game, at least the US version. Just because I know that I have FC'd. I don't want to stop solo on there. And it's fucked up. You have to strum everything. Like you have to GH1 it because you're playing it at like 30 frames per second. The game does not feel like Guitar Hero when you're playing it fast. Oh yeah, it's the water gun. Yeah,
it's a gun.
Yeah, I have one of those on the shelf over there.
Yeah, dude, I got those on AliExpress. It was like a couple.
Yeah,
bucks.
AliExpress.
It's a water gun.
Looks a little too close.
Yeah, just a
it's a water gun. There's the clip. You fill it up with water and it shoots water. It's a water gun.
Bro. Hold on.
I have like 5 of them. There's some that are blue and some that are pink.
You're gonna get your ass capped.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna cap your ass.
No, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me.
This is out of context.
This reminds me of the Slink Johnson bit where he pulls out a replica gun during his comedy set and he got kicked out of the building. I was crying hearing about this. And he was just doing a bit where he was pretending he was singing a parody of a Drake song, and he changed the words so that he was like robbing the person, and so he pulls the gun on the crowd, and so they're like, "Nah, man, you can't do this.
Yeah,
you can't do this."
Wild.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah, no, crazy. He goes like, "I got my 9 on you." Yeah, no, it's like that was the parody, and like people weren't getting it. And he was like, "Damn, this did not translate to the
so
stage very well."
Yeah, you probably thought it was such a good idea.
He was like, "I did this for a video, but it did not work on stage."
Oh no! Whatever you do not put that picture of you with that in the thumbnail.
Hell no!
Get this episode.
No!
Hell no!
I'm sorry. That picture is so funny.
It's on stage.
I just wonder what the vibes are at that very second. Like
everybody's like, "What the fuck?"
Oh no!
I'm about to get shot.
Get me out!
What did you guys talk about when I was gone? Did you mention the other ones that have yet to be done? Kind of.
Oh no, I was just talking about how bad the on tour engine is.
Oh, it's ass.
At least for on tour,
modern hits.
First on tour, you have to strum everything, and then for modern hits, you fucking have to strum everything.
Yeah,
like because hammer-ons, they just don't work.
Yeah,
they don't work in modern hits.
So, quick question on that. So, with DS emulation, pretty big nowadays.
Doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Nah,
doesn't count.
Just making sure.
Because I've FC'd Shockwave.
Yeah, Jake already covered that ground. Doesn't count.
Yeah, no.
All right.
I've
Just making sure.
Yeah, I've FC'd the entire on tour series on emulator with an actual guitar controller.
Yeah, that's very easy.
It makes the game
nowadays. I was
like
super
way
easy to
easier,
do, and it's just not. Yeah. It's not the same thing. It'd be a different.
But was
thing.
it fun? Was it fun to play?
Kind of. It actually was kind of fun.
It's all right.
I had more fun playing with a guitar controller. It'd be worth trying, yeah, for sure. They're quick games. Like there's only like 30 songs on the first on tour, maybe like 40-ish, 45 maybe on Band Hero. But they're pretty quick. You can sit through it in one day. And especially Band Hero is a really cool DS game because it's not even close to what it's like on consoles. Like the set list only has like 2 or 3 songs that are the same. Like it's an entirely different set list, which is interesting. Which is also an interesting thing with gaming in general, that like
handheld versus console,
versus the Game Boy or the DS, they're just entirely different games, just using the same name.
Well, they were totally different studios altogether too, you know. So like, there's there's like not as much coordination there. Like they just have like art coordination, and that's really it.
Yeah, just basically like getting the basic, like, this is what the game's title is, these are the characters, go wild.
Yeah, it's almost like it's kind of bittersweet that like we don't really deal with that anymore, you know, like at all, because like we just like we have like a hybrid console and the Switch 2 and the Steam Deck, and then the rest, you know, like they're all gonna follow suit with Nintendo. Like they have the PlayStation Portal, Xbox is making their shit. Like, but yeah, like you ever play Lego Star Wars? I'm sure.
Not anytime recently, but yes.
But like, dude, the Game Boy Advance and the DS ports are just they're so radically different.
Yeah, dude.
You know, because it was just a completely different studio.
There's a YouTuber called Flandrew who kind of got popular by playing like every version of a certain game. A lot of the Harry Potter games back in the day. So the first one of his that I saw was comparing every version of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone game: PC, PS1, PS2, Xbox, Nintendo, GameCube, Game Boy Advanced, and CGB. What the fuck is CGB?
Color Game Boy, probably. I don't know why they say it like that.
CGB. I have never heard anyone call it a CGB before.
I can see that being like a European thing for some reason.
I have never heard CGB in my life.
Sounds like I googled it, and it says it can refer. Google says this can be referred to as the cable gland.
What?
Oh my god! It was called the CGB. What the fuck? I hate that. CGB. It was go to the Game Boy Color Wikipedia page. It says GBC or the CGB. Unbelievable.
Color Game Boy.
The hell is this?
I don't know.
What the hell?
Whatever.
Also known as the CGB 001. Okay, so internally it was just called the CGB. All right. Well,
Color
fuck
Game
me,
Boy.
I guess.
That makes sense.
Color Game Boy.
Anyways,
fuck me, I guess. I did not
cool
realize
it was cool watching that Flanger video because I played 2 of the 6 apparently different versions. I had it on Game Boy. I had it on. I played 3. I had it on PlayStation. I had it on PC.
I think GameCube is the one that I remember.
Yeah, those games are fun as shit back in the day when I was a child and when J.K. Rowling wasn't an outward bigot. That was pretty cool.
Oh man, talk about a franchise of art that you just can't fuck with anymore. You can't.
They are fucking with it because HBO is making a new Harry Potter series. They're like telling the same story.
Why?
Again, perhaps they have like new children, Ron and Hermione's. I don't know. And Hermione's skin is slightly not white, so people are going to get upset
that's pretty
about
cool.
that.
Check out a almost 400% FC of Imagine by John Lennon on drums. That's pretty awesome.
Bro just has
some cool stuff, man.
He just has it ready.
I have this ready.
Wait. Who the fuck is Adam Sandler? Well, I know who it is based on that.
This is CM guitar.
Yeah, I thought that. But Adam Sandler. Be careful, Adam Sandler. You know what happened to Rob Schneider.
Yeah, didn't these accounts get banned?
Well, one of them did. I'd be careful about you, Adam Sandler. 300% speed on drums, huh? Damn, this is fast.
He FC
so
no one
late.
knows. He FC no one knows at 140. That's crazy. What the fuck?
There's some fast triplet rolls in that.
That's fucking fast. What? I will be watching
really
this
impressive.
channel. Yeah, you know what? This is a recommended poll from just a few minutes ago.
Oh, huge.
Yeah, huge. I love it when my YouTube does this.
This is
pretty often.
One good recommended. A lot of times it just keeps you going down this rabbit. There's Sin Wagon 130% as well.
Okay.
This is so silly. I'm looking at No One Knows 145.
What a weird number, too.
Stupid.
Yeah, like I said,
drum solo on it right now.
He says, "Yeah, this is pretty easy to be honest."
What?
This drum solo looks. That's not that bad.
Wait, what the fuck? You have seen the Beast and the Harlot drum solo at 125 at the end of this No One Knows video.
Man.
Wait, I want to see that. Hold on.
Yeah, it's like go to 3 minutes and 20. What the
Inspiration, dude.
Dude, the
Rock Band 3
look
That's
awful.
so fast.
Oh my god.
That's so fast.
Do this on Rock Band 3 as
how?
well. Holy fuck.
Dude, how?
Yeah,
What?
no, not deluxe either. This isn't.
Nope,
this looks
is
entirely
stock.
vanilla.
Holy shit. Also,
That's crazy.
Speaking of recommendeds, this video has been in my recommended for weeks after I first saw it. This looks crazy.
I saw
this. Looks really fucking good, actually. This I
wanted
to. My recommended.
This Bayon guy. I don't know if that's how your name is pronounced. Sorry, but he did message me the reshade settings, and I was gonna get back to it. I haven't been feeling good these last couple of weeks, so I haven't gotten around to it. But he did send me the settings to this because I want to get this in my. I want my fucking definitive edition to look like this.
Like this. This looks so really fucking good. The
it looks
of the video
really fucking good.
The title of the video is "We Have a Guitar 3 Remake at Home." Like, actually, yeah. Like, this looks like if Guitar 3 was remastered, this is probably what it would end up looking like. Like, the crowd is so much more lively, and the camera angles are so much better.
Can I forward you the? Are you in the Definitive Edition Discord?
Yeah.
You can forward it into here, I think.
How do I do that?
You have to click on
message link.
There's a forward option if
that.
you click on the message.
Look at that.
Yep, works for me.
There it is.
Perf.
You see that?
Yep, I do.
Remaster 2.0. Man, the shaders look insane. There's a picture of Johnny Silverhand and like a still of it. It looks clean as fuck.
Holy shit, that is...
There's some more. There's another video.
That is Guitar
on
Hero.
It here.
Johnny Silverhand, Guitar Hero. Crazy.
Oh.
I can't get over these camera angles.
Yeah, the camera angles look great.
Yeah, okay, so we'll talking about the venue for a second. I believe that's super recent. They just somebody just ported the Backyard Bash to World Tour Definitive Edition.
It looks really good.
Very, very good. Like, I'm just thinking, you get a video of that, and then you just use Clone Hero as the fucking board, or you just get black background Warriors of Rock footage, and then you put the chart in. Ooh, that's gotta look good. Or you get some 4K Guitar Hero 3 PC footage. Ooh, gotta do that. I think that might be the fucking play right there.
Dude, if we could have a easy way to simulate, like, making the video file for a song so it's always in sync, and then just put it with the chart file. God, that'd be incredible.
That would be awesome.
Oh, I mean, it is pretty easy. You just shoot the video and then you edit the offset in game.
That's a lot.
That's
of work,
what I did
though.
with.
That's it.
No,
right? I would think
I mean,
automating.
But like doing it in game takes no time. I don't know. For me, I have the patience to do that. Remember in February, and then you saw me playing Knights of Sidonia and had the video background from World Tour Definitive Edition. I just did that in the game.
Yeah, that's one song.
I was like,
talking about sets.
Yeah, I know it's just one song.
Now,
yeah, I know it's just one song. You do it for an entire game. Yeah.
If we had a program that could automate that, so that people could just have that experience without putting much work into it, because that's the problem, right? Some people are just not going to go through the work.
Yeah,
you know what this reminds me of? Remember when GHPC Edition 2 was coming out?
Yes.
And then it was the autoplay bot version, and it was like, start recording in 3, 2, 1. Like, imagine if it was that, but for the venue backgrounds, and then it would auto sync. It would be just enough time so that you can sync it up nicely with the official rips.
Hey, speaking of syncing, this is going to be a kind of a tangent. I spent a few hours, like the other day, fucking around with Rock Band 3 Deluxe. I was getting like all my deluxes updated. I was getting my RPCS3 emulator all set up. I was transferring shit over to my real ass PS3. I'm getting shit ready for my Wii. I want to have every Guitar Hero game ready to go on every console. And so I spent hours fucking around with my deluxe on RPCS3. I downloaded like their recommended settings from the wiki and all that shit, and then I just started customizing. You can customize everything in that game.
You know what's sick? Well, what I've been doing is that I have one save file, but with all of my devices that run 3 Deluxe. So I have my PC down here, and I have my laptop, and I have my main PC in my living room.
Is it just all running sync or something?
They're all running sync thing. And so every time my downstairs PC, I just run sync thing once, and then I run it on those 2 computers too, or I just run it in the background, and then my save is synced to all of them, so all my customization and shit is just there. JNac put me onto that because that's how he does it.
That's really cool.
He has his laptop,
cool,
and then he has his Steam Deck, and he has his like fucking main PC, or he actually pairs it with real console too. Or
that's really cool.
He probably fucking figured it out, but like it was pretty easy to set up. It's just cloud. It's basically local cloud saving.
Yeah,
that's what I do
on the network.
Yep.
Huh. That's actually a really cool idea. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and it's just the save. It's just the save that dat file in the folder. So you just point it to that folder on every device, and then just have it upload into that one folder. Oh, it's this folder on these computers. All right, upload the save.dat file. That's it.
I love that. That's
yeah, it's real nice
shit. Anyways, the entire reason I brought up Deluxe is because I didn't know this. I haven't played it in a while. The calibration system is really cool. You can real time calibrate.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
It's pretty insane.
If you turn on the calibrator, it just plays the song, and then you can change your A and V calibration on the fly, and then play for a little bit. It's like, it needs to go up another 20 or whatever. You can bring it back down or whatever. So you can play it in real time. I thought that was really cool. Also, they have their own like customizer utility where it just plays a song autoplay in the background. It's Crazy Train, and you can fuck around with your highway, and you can fuck around with every little cosmetic thing on your highway while it's playing. So you have to like pause.
It could be whatever song you want. You just have to select it first, and then you back out, and they could be whatever song you want.
Oh, it was Crazy Train by default for me.
Yeah.
It was
I think for me, it's like
that.
it's
Like,
Viva La Gloria.
Like how much they've done with that game already? Like it's not even decompiled. Yeah,
they just revamped the whole progress bar on Rock Band 3 Deluxe,
really?
And they rewrote it and revamped it and optimized it so that it works on the Wii. the progress
Wii
bar
enjoyers
works
rejoice.
on Wii
For the couple Wii enjoyers.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Jason?
I was just thinking that if you can choose any song for the calibration, I'd love that. I hadn't seen that. Because if there's a certain song that you're having issue with and you wanted to test it and see, being able to load up and look at it while you are changing the calibration is fucking amazing.
That's
Hell
really
yeah,
cool.
it is.
What a lovely quality of life, improvement. That's really nice.
And while you're playing it, it tells you when you hit. Like, oh, you hit this one 20 milliseconds early, you hit that one late. And then it shows you an average of your hit times as well, so you can really dial it in. That way.
You use that to base
really
your
cool.
numbers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And in that project,
really nice.
what was it that Aiden was playing? Project Outfox. It had like the auto
Outfox,
calibrator. Yeah. Like that was so sick. Like that would be so nice to have in a 5-fret game.
Mania 5 auto calibration. It would just take like a sample of 24 notes hit, and then it would just like say, this is how late or how early you hit them. We're going to adjust the calibration. Okay, now play 24 more notes. This is how early or late you hit them. Okay, we're going to adjust it again. It just automatically adjusts your calibration to what you were playing, how you're playing it, while you're playing the song. And that was really fucking cool. If Deluxe could do something like that, or if like Clone Hero or YARG could do something like that, that'd be amazing. Lovely.
I could see YARG doing that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
YARG is that's a good segue. YARG's innovating
Yeah.
right now.
kidding.
They released a new feature.
Yeah. Check out that new feature. Are you? Yeah, bring it up, Jake.
Yeah,
that
I
shit.
have it up right now.
So, you know how like
Look at our new feature. It's Alec grabbing at the camera.
Yeah. No, so years ago, I appreciate how they used my old video from that.
Are you scared of the orange button?
Scared of the orange button? And then you just shift your hand over into second position. You play second position all the time. No, so what they did with YARG is that they're innovating. They're changing the norm.
This is something
So
we've
now
never seen
when you
before.
play... When you obviously have to add, not obviously, but you have to add these markers and these changes to your charts beforehand, but these are now going to be updated in the YARG official set list and all the official DLC for YARG, and it's called shifting. Like it's called shifting. Range shifting. It's almost exactly how you see it on Pro Keys when you have to shift up different keys for different, a set of keys on the keyboard, but this time it's so that you can hit the orange button on easy and medium, welcoming players that are brand new to the game and helping get used to the change instead of just throwing them in and then having to worry about the orange button. Yada yada
Yeah,
yada.
it actually teaches you how to progress past the easiest difficulties. And
I
this is
think
something I didn't
what I
notice
like about
when
it-
I watched it at first. I didn't notice this. The strike line for the notes you're not supposed to be hitting.
I was about to say that.
Get gray. I'd never noticed
They're
that.
grayed out.
Yeah, like,
so
don't
the
even-
orange
don't
is
even worry
grayed
about
out. The orange is grayed out until it's time for an orange note, and that's really, really cool. The coolest part about this is that this is optional. If you don't want to play songs that have range shifts in them,
You just turn it off.
and you don't want to play orange notes, you just turn it off, and it stays
like,
on the first floor.
I equate it to like bowling, right? Like having the bumpers up and down.
Yeah, exactly.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah, true.
You stay in one position the whole time.
Yep.
So I think that's awesome. When you're playing on easy or medium, you don't want to fuck with orange. You're just trying to have a good time. This is why I'm saying like YARG is the future, man. YARG is. I've been saying YARG is the future since 2023.
For years.
Since 2023. And so this is the type of thing that helps new players understand what they're getting into, how to get better at it in the meantime. And this is kind of the community filling in the spaces of how to get better without us having to throw fucking master classes.
Yeah, because so
and teach
many people
how to hit
ask
different things.
Like how do I get better? Like how do I reach the orange button? Like that's a question that's asked even still today for new people getting into Clone Hero.
Yep.
And this is the perfect way to like be like, oh well, the game can tell you that. I don't have to. The game can tell you in real time exactly what you're supposed to do, and I think that that's awesome.
Yeah, and
like,
this definitely wouldn't be a way that people always play. It would be a learning thing.
No, but it's like
now I'm good at identifying when I should shift my hand up or when I should shift my hand down. I don't need the ring shift anymore. Yeah, it's just a little helpful.
And then they feel
tool.
more accomplished when they play it with it off, and they're like, "Oh my god, I'm getting it!" There's
that sense of accomplishment.
What's that called? A sense of progression. You're progressing at your skill in the game. Wow, foreign concept to some.
I don't know. Like I've seen people that have said before, like, "Hey, tutorials or practice and things like that." Oh, if it's for lesser level stuff, people are going to use it and then they're never going to go back to it, so it's a waste of resources. I've seen that argument before. When I'm thinking the exact opposite of, hey, this is a tool for players that helps them get from point A to point B. If they get to point B, then the tool was valuable, right?
Yeah, it's
it doesn't
not a waste
matter
at
that
all.
they're not using it anymore. You're helping people get to a further point, which means it was
many things in games are one-time use. I mean, fucking think of the first level of any game. It's a one-time use. You play it one time and you keep going on. You play it. It's a lot of
Cuphead.
Every game should have a tutorial.
Dark Souls, Cuphead. Yep.
Every game. I mean, maybe not every game, but most games should have a tutorial or at least like tell you what you're supposed to do. In fact,
I think it's
kind of a good. You go because I'm going to go on a tangent.
Well, I was just going to say, like, I think that a lot of people's perceptions of skill in these games and 5-fret games are skewed because, like, Guitar Heroes existed since 2005, and not as many people play on Expert as we think. Like, we have the hardcore community that does, obviously, but there's so many people who played Guitar Hero 3 when it was the most popular game ever existing, and they haven't played since 2007. So now they're coming back, and they're like, what do you mean all the custom charts are an Expert? I want to play my favorite band, and I can't, And then, like, they do find stuff that's lower difficulties, but they're trying to figure out how to play. I see so many people coming to the Clone Hero server, and they're like, hey, like, my hand is cramping. Like, how do I do this? And, like, it's like, oh, you just play. And to most people, that's not a sufficient answer. So to be able to have visual indicators on screen, I wouldn't even call it accessibility. It goes far beyond that. It's just like, if you want to talk about like onboarding, that's it.
Yeah, it's lowering the barrier of entry for players to higher level play. Yes. I don't know what the stats are nowadays, but I know back in the day with the games actually in the mainstream, it was well less than 10% of players played Expert.
It was still a bragging point. I can beat it on Expert. Not even 5-starring. Just beating a song on Expert was like, whoa. Now it's just the de facto standard. Like, if you can't play an Expert, like, what the fuck are you doing? Is kind of how it's looked at. But, like, that's still most people can't play an Expert.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
Us, the community that's been around for forever, we just take that for granted that Expert is just like the normal. It's not. It's still a hard thing to get into.
And let's not even forget that, like, that's just guitar. What about drums?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That especially needs a bit more teaching.
Oh, God, yeah. If you go up to Expert Plus, right?
Drums,
nobody
too.
Nobody just going up there on Pro Drums, Expert Plus, banging out FCs left and right, right? That's a very minuscule number of players. And that does not translate to casual viewing. Like, let's say, for example, right? It's much harder to understand how hard a drum FC is.
Even transitioning from standard 4-lane to Pro Drums, I was so frustrated. Like, being good at standard 4-lane.
But Guitar Hero has 5 notes. How's 4 notes better?
We can talk about that later, buddy.
Guitar Hero Live had 6. 6 is better than 5.
Why are you laughing? I really don't know why.
Why are you laughing?
Guitar Hero has 5 buttons.
Rock Band has 8 notes, actually, for the kick.
He's not wrong.
Shut the fuck up.
Whatever. It is what it is.
Two very different reactions.
No, what I want to start talking about
what's this
was,
video, Jake?
I found a video I recommended. Thank you, YouTube algorithm, for always giving me banger.
It's getting better.
It's called What Cyberpunk is Like for My Non-Gamer Wife by a YouTuber named Jez. Jez. And I thought it was very interesting. It's just a guy who has his wife play games. She's not a gamer, and he just watches her and observes how she interacts with a game as somebody who doesn't really play games. So, like, a lot of simple things that we take for granted, like knowing that you're supposed to aim down the sights with a gun, she doesn't know that. Or that you can sprint, she doesn't know that. Or, like, there was part of like a tutorial where, like, there was a pop-up that said something about your HUD, and she's like, what the hell is a HUD? It doesn't even tell me what a HUD is. We take it for granted that people already understand HUD means heads-up display, meaning the things that are on your screen telling you information. She didn't even know what that was. So, like, even things that might seem really hand-holdy, aren't handholdy enough for somebody who's brand new. So there's a weird like balance to strike there. And I thought it was just really interesting watching somebody interact with like a big wide open like world, an RPG like this, brand spanking new with no prior knowledge. It was very eye opening about how game design needs to function to like onboard players properly.
This reminds me of something that happened.
This
reminds me of something that happened to me yesterday. Actually, I was in a Discord server, and somebody posted about how, like somebody was getting downvoted for going on like I don't know if it was a Guitar Hero Rock Band or what subreddit. Somebody asked like about getting an adapter, like the mini host or the Ace or whatever, right, or the Roll Limitless, and somebody was like, "Oh, you can buy the Ace adapter," but then somebody else commented, "Or you could just make your own adapter," and the thing got downvoted like crazy. Right? And so people don't understand, it's similar to what you're speaking of, is the fact that, like, not everybody thinks, like, as a tinkerer, for example, right?
Yeah,
like,
just make your own adapter. What the fuck do you mean make your own adapter?
Because,
I can't make anything.
Like, somebody said, like, oh, it's only 4 wires, and I was like, and?
Yeah, and you have to solder.
Yeah.
You have to know how to
program. But it's only 4 wires.
It's one of those things that I had to sit myself down and tell myself when I became a streamer. And before I was relaying all of this convoluted information to people on how to play this game. And it's that not everybody knows the things that you know. Nope. So you have to explain
it
the
same way as you.
Nobody thinks the exact same way as you.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to fucking get it. So you have to sit down and be patient so that people do get it, so that things can grow.
I had one of those patience moments in my Discord server the other day where somebody was like, yeah, my downstream broke on my Rock Band Strat. I'm like, well, you could open it up and take a look inside. He's like, well, I don't want to.
Buy a new one.
I'm going to wait for my dad to come
fair.
home. He knows how to work with tools. I'm like, you know how to turn a screwdriver? It's just a Phillips head screwdriver. He's like, yeah, I'm too scared.
Depending on who you are and how you approach like electronics and stuff, I get it. I mean, I was that kid for a little bit.
Yeah,
for a while. Actually,
I'll explain to the guy. It's like, listen, it's just the Phillips head screwdriver. You just have to take off the screws. You take off the back. It will be connected by some wires. Don't worry about it. You can send it to the side.
Sounds too complicated.
You're not going to get shocked. You're not going to hurt yourself. It's fine. Take the batteries out. You won't break anything. It's already broken. So what's the worst that could happen? He's like, I'm still too scared. I'm like, well, whatever. Do whatever you want, but. Is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think people should be villainized for, just deciding not to do something really fucking easy, because to us it really is.
Well, that's what the picture I posted really says, essentially.
Yeah. Silicon chemistry is second nature to us geochemists, so it's easy to forget that the average person probably only knows the formulas for olivine and 1 or 2 feldspars. And quartz, of course. Of course. Yeah, and even when they're trying to compensate for it, experts in anything wildly overestimate the average person's familiarity with their field. So true.
Yes.
Especially our field. We know so much about small niche things, but we have to explain almost everything all the time because we can't just like expect people know
There's
about
a lot
the
of
mini
info
host and how the mini host works and how you can just plug it in anywhere. It's like, what the hell's a mini host?
It's 4 wires!
It's only 4 wires. Just make your own adapter. You want to pay for $14 for the mini host? Just make it yourself, dumbass.
Yeah.
It's just
and
4 wires,
a lot of people
idiot.
don't realize that that's how it comes off. Exactly what you're saying. Like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, that's how it comes off,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It does.
And I think people who like respond in that way, it's like, well, just make it yourself. It's only 4 wires. Like, I feel like part of that is like an elitist sort of perspective. Like, well, I do.
Yes.
I know what I'm doing. You don't, idiot. That's how it comes across to me reading that as a layman.
Unfortunately, it's very hard to lead. And this is literally like a leadership thing, right? Like with helping people out in this regard.
Yeah.
That's something that there are very few people who can communicate that appropriately for these types of subjects. And when we're in a field as niche as this already, it's tough.
Yeah, no, that's why it takes me forever to even get. I have been stuck in like a loop for months trying to articulate like so many different things, so many things I want to talk about, and it's just so hard for me to articulate nicely and easy to understand. But like,
being nice is hard sometimes, man.
Yeah,
it's so hard not to be snarky at some things too, because like also it's just so fucking funny when you understand it. That's the other problem too. Like when you get things, then you can't help but be like, well, that's fucking stupid. And it's like, yeah, that's how it works. It's stupid as fuck. Like, yeah, Guitar Hero 1 just sucks, but it's my favorite game because it sucks. It's one of the best ones because it's fucking terrible.
Yeah, like when you learn methods, and you're like, wait, this is stupid. You know?
Yeah, you have to actually let go on time. God forbid it's a rhythm game. See, that's snark right there.
Yeah.
God forbid you learn how to time your hammer-ons properly because it won't work in this game, but it'll work in this one.
That's actually a good segue into the new Clone Hero PTB.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Exactly. New Clone Hero PTB. I think there's going to be another one coming out within the next couple of weeks, but I'm not sure because, this is the first one in like almost 2 years. I'd say a year and a half. I think it's been a year and a half since the last one, but this one was pretty big, caused a bunch of discourse, but let's just pretend that didn't happen because everybody's happy and fine and everybody understood once Dad came into the room.
That's a snark right there.
I had no, literally, yeah, that's some snark right there, but I had to do it.
No, I watched him do it. He did.
I had to do it or else people were going to kill each other in there. People were killing each other in the PTB discussion area. But anyway,
I went in to go help. I don't want to see that shit.
No, no. Honestly, it sucked in the beginning. But then I had some really, really good conversations with all sides of the community, and I thought that was great. And so that was like the first time in a while. I was like, damn, you know what? Hey, everybody's kind of on the same side for once. This shit's fire. I love it. But. So you could probably know you can probably tell where this is going. This new PTB of Clone Hero adds a spam meter to the game. So if you spam too much, you have too many extra inputs, then your game drops the combo. And now that's an actual modifier. You can turn it off right now. This is in the default engine. This is what was being fought about. If you spam too much, you automatically drop your combo. Like, there's no way out of it. You spam, like, I think it's an extra 3 times or something. 3 extra inputs on one, and then it just drops your combo. And so people weren't reading, and they did not understand that this was a brute forcing of a decision to make. They put this on all the engines so that people could decide about the possibility of it being default or not. Not that it was going to become default. It was worded badly on the Clone Hero team's end and changed later on. But people were reading it as if they were changing the default engine for good, which is not the case.
Which is
not the case.
Good because the game's been established for 8 years at this point.
Yeah, you can't it's too late. It's far too late.
The Clone Hero's identity is that you could do whatever the fuck you want on it. Mm-hmm. And it's upbringing and its downfall. It's the best thing and the worst thing about that game. I think that them finally addressing it was very important and needed for this final version of the game. Because I certainly want them to work on Strikeland if it can fucking help them to do it. But they had to do this last huzzah because Score Spy was sorely missed. Because it's coming up on a year since it got completely shut down. But
damn, already.
Yeah, so I think there's going to be like some sort of compromise if you are a clean player. They're going to have something, for clean players entirely. But then default engine's not going to be changed at all. I think it's pretty awesome because it's going to bring me the fuck back. I think I'm going to be playing the fuck out of it when leaderboards drop because it'll be fun. And there's going to be like I think from what I understand, they're going to change there's going to be that health meter, that spam health meter, that's going to have its own filter on the leaderboards you could turn on and off, and it'll be on by default or something like that. I don't remember. It's something crazy. It's not going to drop your combo anymore, but instead it's going to give you like a clean bonus or something. That's what I've been hearing. So it's very interesting. It's like some extra points type shit, but you could turn it on and off. So that's how it works. That's why it works.
Mm-hmm. So I think it's cool.
I think it's a good idea so that there's players for the game forever. Everybody, all types of players can just sit down and play the game for fun. If you want to main it, go for it. If not, then it's a great option that's there. Because YARG don't have leaderboards. I mean, there's Rock Band 3 Deluxe leaderboards. There's Go Central leaderboards. That's pretty nice. I don't know if you we don't really talk about it that much, but that leaderboard shows the platform you play on, which is really cool.
It does.
It'll show RPCS3. It'll show 360. It'll show Wii. It'll show PS3.
Very cool.
And I'll say it next to the name. So
I have the top score in Through the Fire and Flames on Rock Band 3 Deluxe for RPCS3. However, it is the second place on the global leaderboards because the top place is a FC on 360.
wait, what?
Cool, man.
Apparently somebody
On
else
Deluxe?
Through the Fire and Flames on Rock Band 3 Deluxe on 360. I don't know. I don't even recognize the name. It could be fake. I don't know.
It probably is.
It might be. I don't know.
That's really funny.
Probably is. I don't remember the name. Sorry, whoever you are, if you're watching.
Yeah, but Clone Hero 1.1 is shaping up to be pretty good. I'm excited for that to come out because also the textures on that new PTB look super clean because now they're upscaled to more native resolutions instead of it being the PS3 rip of the Warriors of Rock assets.
Isn't the game a little more optimized too? Like slightly?
It is more optimized for more things, but you don't have as much FPS or something like that.
Okay.
It's something like that. Like, if you're in the fucking thousands, then you're going to notice. But if you're not in the thousands, you won't notice. But
Interesting.
yeah, it's some really interesting stuff. I also saw that you can, when you activate Star Power, you can see where it ends, like Guitar Hero Live.
Yeah, that is
very
that is
interesting.
Nice.
It is super, super duper interesting. And it might entice people to do some squeezing when leaderboards do come out, because you can still squeeze seeing the end of an activation. But I don't think they're going to make that a modifier. I think that's staying. So yeah, I think I want to go into the details of, like, you can still play and hit crazy ass stuff. You can still slide tap and stuff. You just have to be careful now. You have to be careful. And they also changed the way that ghosting is being received in the game. So now it ghosts on release instead of on press. So now it's literally a part of the game's identity that you can hold down. Say you have 4 hammer-ons that are descending. Blue, yellow, red, green. You pre-anchor that and you let go, that's 0 ghost inputs. It's now part of the game's identity that it is meant to be played, like, sloppily. Or now I think of it as more transparent, but it's also very much a confirmation that, hey, this is what the game can allow. So pre-anchoring is no longer seen as ghosting. It's just part of how you could play the game.
That's good.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Because, like, if you go into practice mode and you try and get, like, 0 ghosts on a part, you could play like it's GH3 and it'll probably end up saying 0 ghosts. Like, if you play Bridge 1 from Through the Fire and Flames, you'll probably get 0 ghosts, no problem, even with, like, pre-anchoring.
Okay.
Or, like,
so it really just is extraneous inputs.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the ghost detection was weird for a while.
Now they actually have it in a place where it makes sense, and I think that's very impressive that they managed to make it.
Inputs meant something, but not a lot.
Not a lot, because the way that they were counting it made it just kind of threw it out there. In like when you have a long break in between notes, any button presses in between there would count as a ghost.
Yeah, you could go for
like, it was weird.
You could ghost max. You could just, like, spam your shit whenever there weren't actual notes, and you could just get thousands upon thousands of ghosts.
And now, like, if you actually do that, it, like, counts all the extraneous inputs. Now it does that. So
yeah, I know people complained about, like, the ghost detection for a while was just, like, kind of backwards.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Now ghostless mode is probably pretty neat. No ghost mode. I haven't tried it myself, but I do like the new, like, it shows. It doesn't show you, but once 3 inputs go past, then the health bar goes down. The health bar goes down all the way, then you lose your clean play bonus, or in the PTB you drop your combo.
Yeah, I'm not sold on a dropping combo. I'm not sure I like that.
That's fair.
I'm still not entirely sold on it either.
No, I don't think it's gonna happen. I think dropping combo. I think it dropping combo should be an option. Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, like that. I feel like that's, like, a good, like, training tool almost.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, no, and that's what a lot of the conversation in the PTB discussion channel was. It's like, oh yeah, you know what? This is going to indirectly help me play better on not just this engine but other engines. You know,
and that's kind of what we've been saying.
That's kind of what we've been saying.
Indirect way. It's like, oh yeah, go play Rock Band 3. You'll be humbled really quick. But if you learn how to get good on Rock Band 3, that skill transfers to every other game because they're less lenient or more lenient.
Yeah. There's some snark in there. Yeah, it's like, you'll get your ass beat on Rock Band 3.
Yeah, that's not even snarky.
But it's okay.
It's just the truth. You will, and it will actually help you improve as a player. Because you have to, you're forced to play more clean, therefore that skill transfers. And it doesn't transfer the opposite way. If you play dirtily, sloppily, dirtily
is insane.
You will get humbled by any other engine. It's just the way it is. It transfers in one way. I don't know. It's
true.
Yeah.
Fundamentally, the idea of punishing sloppy play is good to me, but also it might be a little ham-handed. It could be over-enforced in a way. I don't like that it can break your combo because you didn't break your combo. You're just pressing buttons, which, whatever.
Well, the thing is,
that's still being worked out.
You should play the build because you could still get away with a ton of shit.
Yeah,
like,
again,
your idea of sloppy is different. Yeah, your idea of sloppy is different. Mm-hmm. But really, in reality, if it doesn't affect you, it doesn't affect you. That was another point of conversation in the PTB discussion channel. If it doesn't affect you, it doesn't affect you.
But even if it doesn't affect me, it would affect others, and it would perhaps hamper their enjoyment of the game, and I'm not a fan of that.
No, exactly. But that's where we kind of came to a conclusion with Tappy players. It was like, oh, this is not going to be default. Sure, have it be a modifier. Oh yeah, that's awesome. And so once it came to that conclusion, then the team, the devs were kind of seeing that happen, and be like, oh shit, maybe we can just make this a thing. You just make this a modifier, or all that. That was like healthier conversation for this spam, anti-spam type shit.
It's a weird position to be in too, because it being a modifier almost like not necessarily negates it, but also like kind of neuters its effect. I mean, it's less. This is one of those important.
This is one of those things where if this was going on in 2018, it'd be a lot different.
Very true.
A lot different.
Very true. This discussion should have been had. If this idea would have been formulated many, many years ago, and Clone Hero was still v0.0 whatever the fuck, it'd be for one, it'd be a very different landscape. But two, this
conversation should have happened after we saw what RAFnet adapters were doing to Wii guitars and doing it again. It should have happened. It literally should have happened November 2018. But hey, it's fine. It's totally okay. No, look where we are now. Look at all the shit that we have now.
We're chilling.
It's
man.
fine. Yeah, everything's fine. I want to veer away from the topic because I got a cool controller. Look at this.
What the hell
it's
is
a Sound Voltex.
Oh wait, gave us a link.
Yeah, you got it.
It's the Speedy Labs Sound Voltex Doohickey.
Nice.
It's just a Pico. Just a Pico. Like that's all it is.
Just make your own controller,
Pico,
idiot.
Baby. Yeah,
and 4 wires. Got the dials.
How much did you
there?
Pay for that? You could have just made it yourself, bro.
Come on, man.
But it looked cool. This thing's heavy. This thing's heavy too.
It looks solid.
I wonder what
metal?
material it's made out of. Yeah,
that's definitely metal.
Metal of some
it's
sort?
Definitely some sort of metal,
like CNC
of some sort.
Probably.
It's cold. It's cold. I could do some damage with this if I really wanted to. But this is going to be my journey into actually playing Sound Voltex. I do have a full-size controller as well.
Those would be cool streams.
But
you can play hard mode on Fortnite Festival. There's only 4 buttons.
No. There's 2 more down here.
Those are
4 buttons, 4 wires, same shit.
Left, right, X, Y, B.
True.
Left, right, X, Y, B.
Live with it.
Wow!
That would suck dick.
Wow!
That'd be really bad.
Oh my god!
That would be really bad. I hate that.
I will definitely
be tour with it.
Be really weird.
Yeah. I will definitely play Guitar Hero Live. Gamepad 6 fret mode on Clone Hero.
Yeah, dude.
There you go.
Yeah.
Something that nobody does.
Wait, did we talk about Guitar Hero Live screenshots? We haven't talked about those yet.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. We should end the fucking episode with this because this is
like bomb of the century.
Hold on, I think
oh my god!
I downloaded the picture.
This was a look into an alternate timeline.
Yeah, alternate reality for
real.
Look
at this shit. You see, this is regular 6 fret. What the hell is that? Is that 5 frets on Guitar Hero Live? It is. And what song is that, by the way? I'll give you guys 10 seconds in the chat, in the comments to determine what song this is.
Hero Guesser.
2, 3, running out of time.
Barracuda.
5, 6. No, not Barracuda. No, very close. Good guess. 8, 9, 10. It's the Trooper. Alec found that. Alec found that shit out like right away. He's like, "Yeah, I got the A, guys. Don't worry. Yeah, it's the Trooper. Just trust me."
I was like, "What
I
chart
got
is
the
this?"
A.
I was like, I don't know the chart on the left, but the one on the right look. Oh, that's the Trooper.
Yeah,
Because I saw the green, blue, green, red. I saw the green, blue, green, red, and I was like, wait a minute. And then I saw and I was like, oh,
yeah,
all right.
That's the Trooper.
Yeah, that's the Trooper. Yeah. So I don't know what chart of the Trooper.
Well, they
that
had to
is.
change it, man, because colors are stupid. They're stupid. Allegedly.
Yeah. So that's a big fucking bomb drop. I think. Video games are made on personal computers, so that's why we're seeing the Windows 7, window on
Dude,
it.
We need this build so bad.
This is in 2014,
we do
by the
need
way.
that.
Windows 7.
It's over 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Crazy.
Over 10 years ago.
That's
we need
up.
that build. I don't care how we get it. We need that build. Because the fact of the matter is, there's only double-digit people that actually like Guitar Hero Live.
The Freestyle Games binder.
I actually didn't know this. I didn't know this before. There is a watermark on this. This says Guitar Hero Live release 2014 05 23. This is a little over exactly 11 years old. This exact build.
Oh
wow,
May
man.
23rd, 2014. At this specific time.
Wow.
That build number. Jesus.
And when did GHL come out again? What year?
It was 2015.
2015.
October
How
20th?
long after that build?
A year and a half.
Wow.
I think that chart of the Trooper is unreleased. Unsurprisingly,
It must
the
be.
Rock Band and the Rock Band and the Smash Hits version
They use
do not
3.
chart the trills like that.
They have
use 3.
triplets,
Yeah,
and then Guitar Hero 2
and 3
has,
triplets.
has 2.
Guitar
2
Hero
little
has them on
trills.
red yellows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
red
And
yellows.
they're on red yellows.
yellows.
So this one may never see the light of day.
More beyond this, probably.
Beyond this, yeah, and there's open notes on guitar for 5 fret 2,
I'm cool with
which
that.
people would have been really really mad at. I like that. I think that's cool.
There's even a
GH Live
solo
was
marker.
The first game. It was the first game to do that at all. Put open notes on guitar.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
It was.
What were you saying, Jake?
There's even a solo marker in the bottom left one. It
What?
says solo. It says hot start and solo. Let me put the.
Oh yeah, it says solo at
If
the
you
at
guys
the
haven't
top.
seen it.
Yeah,
Yeah, solo.
I wonder.
Side of the highway
And
is
it's
yellow.
no.
I don't
You
that
know
is.
what? You know what that is? It's a diamond that fills up. Look at the second middle one on the left. So it fills
you're
up.
right.
You
Starts
might
from
be right.
empty, and then you get a hot start. I think that's the note streak. It's like some sort of note streak counter that's not in the bottom left, but instead it's like I'm thinking groove from like Rock Band games. You know how the highway turns blue
Sure.
when you start doing real good.
And there's no combo.
That's probably what it
There's
is.
no combo on that left middle, but the bottom has a ×3 multiplier. I kind of like the counter down there on the left.
You know what?
Where the
I wonder if it was
This doesn't look bad, man.
You know, it's just
It
like
really doesn't.
just like Guitar Hero 3, where the note streak numbers only pop up past 25.
Yeah,
Right. So it probably didn't show up in the middle one
maybe.
because it was building
Dude.
up to 20.
If this game
Well, it
just
looks like
had
they've only
like,
hit 2.
if it had a legacy mode and it had adapters like they did for Rock Band 4, I think the GH Live would have done a lot better.
I think so.
I was saying
Yeah.
this in my Discord. It's like
I
it
really
wouldn't
do.
have been a saving grace. It
No.
would not have been the reboot that everybody
It wouldn't
wanted.
have died as
but
fast as it did.
It would have probably lived until COVID, and then it
Yeah.
would have died.
And granted,
or
it's
it got a different, or it would have gotten like a burst of another burst of just people playing it again because they would all be locked inside playing Guitar
Because
Hero.
granted,
Yeah.
I guess the original vision wasn't to replace 6 fret with 5, or just only have 5 and 6 came later. It was to have both. They wanted to have a 5 fret chart and a 6 fret chart for every song. Seemingly,
Which is awesome. That's
So-
a cool. That's a really cool idea.
But the question remains, why did they cut it?
well,
Corporate meddling,
want-
most likely.
They wanted people to go out of their way to buy the new guitars.
Yeah, because
It's
they were
hardware,
investing so
right?
much money in the game.
Stupid
They had
motherfuckers.
They had to.
Stupid idiots.
at the time, it was the new gen. It was Xbox One and PS4, so your old shit wouldn't necessarily
Compatibility
work. But
issues.
Harmonix was like, well, yeah, we want it to work, so we're going to make it work. So
Well,
here's our,
I mean,
here's our
that
legacy
adapter
adapter.
sucks cock,
you can
bro.
purchase for hey, it got your Xbox 360 Les Paul working on your Xbox One, which to that point
Didn't
was
work
unheard
on
of.
mine, bro. I had to get 3 before it would connect. Not even
Yeah,
kidding.
well, it sounds like a skill issue. I bought one on Amazon for $20 and it worked. So get fucked, buddy.
Oh, I believe you. I
Still
just
have
got
it
bad
over
luck.
here.
Also,
I
one of
heard
the
that it was down to the micro USB. That
yeah,
you,
one of the
like,
micro
used on
USBs
it.
broke
Yeah.
off mine.
There,
Yep,
bitch.
they just broke off
Green
in the
Wheat
back.
still works 10 years later, almost.
Oh, the USB-C
I'm not
on
reading.
it.
I'm seeing.
It's micro USB, not even C. This is dusty because I don't use it. Because why would I use it?
Hey,
No. On the
but,
is that A on the end? Is that A on the end? No, on the other side.
yeah, USB.
Oh, no.
Hey man, you should
No,
unplug and
sorry,
replug
it
that
looked
until
like
it breaks.
Micro
Oh,
USB.
yeah.
No, it will break if I do it too many times. Will you focus, you bitch?
So you should do it.
Yeah, micro USB or
Me
mini
talking
USB,
to
whatever
myself.
the fuck it is.
You know, all they had to do to fix that was literally just recess the port. That's it. That's all they had to do.
Or support it more.
Or
Yeah, either
Microsoft
one.
could have just supported it.
Yeah, be like, hey, you know. But yeah, I mean, I agree. GH Live wouldn't have been what everybody wanted, but I think that it would have lasted maybe like a couple years more at the most.
There definitely would have been some really motherfucking annoying guys like, it's like, oh yeah, GHTV, man, this shit's awesome. I love paying for plays and shit. I get that hero cash every week. You feel me? Yeah, that new 5 fret chart. I'm playing. Hey, you know what, man? I'm playing that shit over and over again because I'm getting that hero cash.
Yeah, man, I gotta get my hero cash.
I got my
so
hero
I can pay
cash.
for more plays.
Yeah. Pay for more plays, yo. I got that new calling card. I got the weed loadout on my 5 fretboard.
Yeah, man. I gotta buy more star power. I gotta buy more 2x multiplier.
Oh yeah, no. I gotta get my FCs, man. I gotta buy some more invincibilities to get the FCs.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I gotta buy more of the bomb. Like the bombs are free, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be going pro, and I'm gonna be going pro in this game. I'm gonna be going pro in this game as long as they have invincibility in the game. You feel me,
so
bro?
I can miss all the hard parts and be fine. Then we're good.
Yeah,
this is bootleg FCs in a new way.
In waves by Trivium, I have see that every time my eyes close. I have invincibility.
Yeah, me too, man.
Egg whites,
or eat rice,
egg whites.
Whatever.
I don't know. Yeah, Guitar Live, cool stuff.
Guitar Hero Live, yeah. A stain.
Do you guys think that the hammer-on system would have worked? Look at that picture.
Yes,
look at that.
Yeah,
look
it
at the
would have
5
worked.
fret. Look at that. Look how the glow underneath. Look
The
how
glow
bad.
underneath.
Oh.
No, it looks better than the final version. That's the worst part.
No, that's awful.
No,
No, but the thing is, it looks better and more legible than the final version. It does. It looks terrible, but I can read it. I can read it at least.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it as a final design, but at least I can read it.
It's rough design, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. By all
rough.
means, that is not final. Like literally the hammer-ons. Look at the 6 fret one in the upper right corner.
Yeah.
There's just circles underneath the regular ass note.
I don't
They
like. I
didn't
don't like
even
the
try.
circle. You could do circle and also highlight the note itself. But
They should have put the circle on the fucking note itself.
It
Like,
looks
I don't know what's
so bad under the 5 fret markers.
Yeah.
It looks so.
Yeah.
It looks like imagine the inside of the Skyrim Knight's knee. You were seeing the arrow tip piercing through.
I don't like the arrow
It's
notes.
insane.
I'll say it. I don't like those note shapes.
Yeah, they look like shit.
Yeah, I don't know
It's like
why they
guitar
decided
praise.
to go with the second one. It's weird.
Imagine
It
they
does
made a
look like
5 fret
guitar praise.
guitar
That sucks,
and the
man.
buttons were that shape.
Shit's
Ooh,
awful.
okay. Don't ever say that again.
Never say it again. Yo, custom make guitar modders out there. Make an arrow fret.
No,
Wait, didn't?
don't listen to Jake.
That already happened. There was like those bootleg plug-in plays that had like guitar picks.
Yeah, they have like triangular bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I had one. I bought one from Walmart, and I was so upset.
Guitar
It was so
Superstar or
bad
some
that
shit?
My mom returned it. Guitar
Yeah, I was
Superstar.
Yeah, Guitar
Yeah,
I was
dude.
told.
Look at that.
I was told by one of the
Ooh.
devs of GHTV Reloaded that the game can still load 5 fret, like songs that only have 5 frets. Oh, here. From Nathan3197. You can make a chart that spawned in 5 lanes worth of notes in the retail version of the game. So remembrance of 5 lane is still in the game files. They would have built local for Windows as it was quick. You didn't have to load it in the console. Yeah, no, like I obviously like they wanted this shit to only come out on consoles, but just seeing it in Windows, just give me the fucking build. Just give it to me.
Yeah,
Give it to
man.
me.
I would play
Just
this.
give it to me.
I would.
It would
I
be
would
a
try it
cool
out.
thing to play. And we like a couple days before this, what I was talking about Rock Band 4 PC. Yeah, because there's some Rock Band 4 Deluxe shit that was being developed. Rock Band 4 Deluxe is working on Shad PS4.
True.
Lizix got that shit working. Yeah, he got multiplayer working. He got autoplay working. A bunch of features don't work, but at the very least, it is booting. So Rock Band 4 PC is becoming more and more real.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. This screenshot is crazy. You can see the Shad PS4. Rock Band 4, just all running natively on PC.
Yeah,
it's just insane. Not natively, emulated.
But it's
all
still
on
on your
PC.
PC. Yeah, still on your PC. But
Yeah.
1.0, not even the Rivals. I think Rivals doesn't work, but 1.0 does.
Yeah, unsurprisingly, I think the highest compatibility for Rivals is an AMD machine.
What?
Interesting.
Yeah, because the architecture inside of the PS4 is an AMD card.
Oh, that
So
makes sense.
Sulfurix a couple months ago, I think it was like 6 months ago, he just played a full... It just looks like Rock Band 4 gameplay. Like, hold on. It was just gameplay of Rock Band 4 Rivals in fucking Shad PS4, and it looks really nice. But, yeah, here. It looks amazing. That's all running on a PC.
God damn. That really does look good.
So now imagine that alongside with Deluxe having the 60 FPS, having true 4K, and then having 60 FPS venues too, all on PC.
Man.
Boom. Who needs 1.5 mil?
Sorry
Who
for
needs it?
showing
Oh
you
yeah,
this
and
amount of
X-Wine.
Sulfurix.
X-Wine.
Yeah, we need X1, bro. That's going to be
X-Wine
awesome.
has Rock Band 4 booted into the
Yep.
main menu.
That's really it.
So
though.
That's the Xbox
that's
One
actually
emulator.
going to be true. Like that's going to be
True
as close
PC.
to native PC, actual PC, because they're going to have an Xbox One translation
Yeah, it's a
compatibility layer.
compatibility layer. Yeah, that goes over essentially.
Because at the end of the day, Xbox One games are just PC games.
Yeah,
They're just
they're
Windows
very
games.
similar.
So I'm very excited for when X-Wine has that shit coming out.
Yeah, very cool stuff happening all over the place.
Yeah,
We're
neat.
in a good spot.
Yeah,
We're in a
we
real
kind
good
of are.
spot.
Kind of are. We
Think
bitch
so.
and complain a lot, but it's like when you sit back and look at it from like a more objective lens, there's never been a better
It ain't
time to
so
be in
bad.
this 5-fret community. More
Yeah.
accessible than ever, more accessible hardware-wise even than ever. Like where you can play the games, you don't necessarily have to get a PS2 or a PS3 or an Xbox. The emulators are really good right now. Our PS3 is great. You don't even have to have that good of a computer nowadays to do it. You still have to have a decent one. Don't get me wrong. You still need to have a decent graphics card, but like.
Yeah, it's just like the minimum level of PC that is considered, like the
Good enough,
entry level point
but
nowadays
like-
is like top of the line in 2010.
Yeah.
Kinda.
As time goes forward, it's easier and easier to run these things at a playable frame rate and all that shit. But I wonder what the minimum spec would be to run Rock Band 3 Deluxe on our PCS3 60 FPS. Probably pretty low at this point.
There's a guy named Sloth in the Milo Hacks Discord that plays on a fucking potato, and he does DualShock only on Rock Band 3 Deluxe, and he plays it. He records and plays all the time. Let me pull out the specs because he's like the guinea pig for low spec.
Yeah, that'd be
They
interesting
just
to
got
see.
it. Yeah.
I have a Ryzen 9800X3D, which has an integrated GPU in the CPU. I wonder if I could run it decently enough on the iGPU.
If it runs on it can run on the Steam Deck. Like that's not great hardware already.
True. But
It can run
running
60
at, what,
FPS,
like native 720.
60 FPS, 720, no problem
Okay.
on
Yeah, I mean,
our
the
PC.
game- the
As
game
long as the
renders at
shaders are
720,
being the shaders are compiled and all that shit, like it runs. You can main Rock Band 3 Deluxe on a Steam Deck if you really wanted to.
Yeah, it's not
crazy.
bad. It's not bad at all.
It's
wild.
really not bad, and it's insane that I could say that. Portable Rock Band 3.
In a way.
Yep. Yeah.
Weem away.
I'm trying to find the dude's specs because it was some bunk shit. It was like a second generation i7 or some shit, something equivalent
It's
to
like
that.
like a laptop from fucking 2011.
Yeah, and then like some really it was some really weak AMD card. Like
Well,
maybe
that tells me more than I need to know. I thought maybe you'd want like a 3060, or like a 1070, like minimum.
worse than that.
Way worse than that, bro. You could probably run this on a
Way
780 Ti.
worse than that.
That was my first PC I built back in 2014. 780 Ti would probably be perfectly fine.
Oh, GT 730.
Dude, that's
Wow.
like the lowest.
Yeah,
that's
that's
like the
old.
lowest tier
Yeah.
discrete graphics card you could ever get.
GT 730 60 FPS Rock Band 3.
Is this on a laptop or is this on a desktop?
I don't know.
'Cause
I think it's a shitty desktop.
GT 730. I think there's like a mobile version of that as well. Holy shit! Yeah, GT 730. That's old as dirt.
Here.
June 2014 when that thing launched.
Yeah,
But that's
see,
like
this is what they.
low tier GT.
Mm.
Not
Very,
even
very
GTX,
Yeah, man.
just GT.
GT, not even GTX.
It's 11 years old, and it was low. It was lower tier back then.
Oh, GT 730 i5 4460. That is the
Dude,
absolute minimum for Rock Band 3 Deluxe.
i5
4460.
And back then, i5 meant no hyperthreading, so you mean hyperthreaded cores.
What do you mean?
And I think
no hyperthread.
I think he was fucking recording it too.
Yeah, if you're recording with OBS,
I think
and all
he
that
was
shit too as well. I mean, that takes
like,
away some resources.
Holy shit!
Wow,
And he has since moved. He has since moved on to a 1060.
Okay,
let's go. That's a huge
better.
upgrade.
Let's
that shit
go.
Came out like 4 years later.
I could be wrong. He might have something way better now.
I don't know.
RX 6600. I think.
I don't know anything about AMD GPUs.
AMD. I don't know. I'm just cruising the Milohack server because I'm just looking at Sloth's posts, and I typed in GT 730, and it's just the footage and screenshots.
RX 6600 came out in 2021. That's brand fucking new. It's got a 7-nanometer processor.
Oh, he was playing 75 FPS.
Damn!
Not even 60. He was playing 75.
Better than 60.
Put this shit on your
better than
75
60.
hertz CRT.
Yeah,
There's just a screenshot, but like there you go. That's on some shitty hardware.
we love Vulkan.
Old version of RPCS3, but yeah, we love Vulkan.
Vulkan is the best.
Vulkan is great by far.
Yeah, it's very
Vulkan's
good.
By
awesome.
far the best. Anyways, anything else we want to talk about before we hop off?
I think that's it.
All right, hop off. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my god!
All right.